Well, Jonah finally makes it to the shoreline out of the fish. And here is what chapter 3 reads. Then the Lord spoke to Jonah a second time. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh and deliver the message I have given you. This time, Jonah obeyed the Lord's command and went to Nineveh, a city so large that it took 3 days to see it all. On the day Jonah entered the city, he shouted to the crowds, 40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed. The people of Nineveh believed God's message, and from the greatest to the least, they declared a fast and put on burlap to show their sorrow. When the king of Nineveh heard what Jonah was saying, he stepped down from his throne and took off his royal robes. He dressed himself in burlap and sat on a heap of ashes. Then the king and his nobles sent this decree throughout the city. No one, not even the animals from the herds and flocks, may eat or drink anything at all. People and animals alike must wear garments of mourning, and everyone must pray earnestly to God. They must turn from their evil ways and stop all their violence. Who can tell? Perhaps even yet God will change his mind and hold back his fierce anger from destroying us. When God saw all that they had done and how they had put a stop to their evil ways, he changed his mind and did not carry out the destruction that he had threatened. I love this third chapter of Jonah. It is by far one of my favorite chapters in all the Bible. When I first read that the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time, it let me know that all of us are given second chances. All of us. He comes up out of the fish, and God did not forget him, that God did not turn away from him because he ran from him. His word came to him a second time, and this time he was smart. He obeyed the Lord. How about you? Has God given you a second chance? Maybe he said something a long time ago and now he's saying it again, and he's giving you another chance. Well, finally, Jonah obeyed, and he went to a big city. This city was so big that it took 3 days to get through it and see it all. It says that Jonah walked into the city and he proclaimed the message. The way I learned the message that Jonah had given was that it was 8 words. 40 more days and Nineveh will be destroyed. 40 more days and Nineveh will be destroyed. The sum total of Jonah's calling. Another word for calling is our purpose. And for Jonah, that purpose was reduced down to 8 words, which I think is a good exercise for all of us. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you in the next day or so to really consider, what is your purpose? What is your calling? What did God put you here on the planet for? And can you reduce that down to 8 words? 8 simple words that really what Jonah is known for. I know we know him about the fish. I know the The fish story is big for Jonah, but God's purpose for him was reduced to 8 words. And when he delivered those 8 words, it was like he lit just word spread throughout that city like a virus. And we know all about that right now. So here he is in the city, and it's a huge, intimidating place. But he delivered his message. He performed his calling. And right up to the top leadership, the king of Nineveh, which is also the king of the nation of Assyria, just stripped his clothes off, called a fast for not just people, but for animals, everybody. They truly repented. And so not only did Jonah get a second chance, but because of his obedience, 120,000 people got a second chance. God saw what happened when they heard the message, and he relented. He is a God who loves us and is looking for a reason, any reason that we give him to relent. So I'm asking you tonight, in 8 words, comment. If you already know it, put it in the comments tonight. In 8 words, what did God put you here on this planet for? And the other thing that I'm thinking about here is the second chances. I shared with you last night about being in the belly of the whale and being at that mailbox. And in many ways, I had stepped away from ministry after the 80s in 1990. And then God gave me a second chance. I wasn't hedging my bets anymore. I wasn't secretly thinking that I wasn't supposed to be a pastor. I embraced it. What is the thing that you need to embrace that God has been talking to you about? I'd love to hear it.